Colleagues, I want to mention something to you. In my 28 years here, you never seen me come down here before. So this, for my comments, are going to be pretty interesting. So I want you to indulge me for a few moments. I got a letter about 3 weeks ago that left a spot on my heart. And so let me kind of capture this, what we're trying to do, as I'm going to try to tell a story. So board members, ladies and gentlemen, some of the most rewarding and beautiful stories about the human condition are not usually shown on television or read in the daily newspapers. These stories and moments happen from time to time, but the public rarely hears or reads about them. These stories reveal in part the essence of who we are. They reveal that most of us have a caring heart when it comes to being our brothers or our sisters' keeper. Among other things, it reveals that we do care about each other, and it will manifest itself in the deeds we do towards each other. For the most part, we have a heart and we care about each other when it comes to reacting to the human condition. What name shall we ascribe to this condition when it serves to uplift us to become more noble souls? I will use the term, first I'll give it to you in French, un moment angélique, and that term is angelic moment. Such a moment happened in Henrico County about 3 weeks ago. I mentioned this to the county manager and asked him, did he think it would be right to bring this to your knowledge? It was about 3 weeks ago when Miss Linda Grantham and her son Eric were visiting and shopping in Short Pump at a place of business called Sassy Jones. After having finished their shopping, Ms. Grantham and her son decided to go to a restaurant to eat. Her son Eric, who is autistic, wanted to surprise his mother by paying for the meal. When Eric could not find I believe it was $90 in his pocket, this was probably upsetting to him, as his mother stated there was no cause for alarm since she could pay for the bill. Not finding the money, they started on that trip back home to the D.C. area. On the way home, they received a phone call from Sassy Jones to see whether or not they had lost something. Ms. Grantham acknowledged that they had lost some money, and the management of Sassy Jones shared with her that the money had been found by 2 employees. And voila, the angelic moment happened. So here we are this evening to honor 2 angels who found the money. And I also wanted to bring up also Mrs. Grantham and her son Eric. So first, we also have another person who was part of management. And I hope I'm pronouncing her first name correctly, Miss Toshia Taylor. Because what happened with these 2 employees has a lot to say about Henrico County and Sassy Jones. So, will the following persons come up, please? Mr. Robert Morris and Mr. Justice Elder. And Ms. Toshia Taylor, would you come up with them? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I call a metaphorical flower moment plus. And that other plus is angelic moment. Okay, so I also want to have Mrs. Grantham and Eric to come up. At this time, I want to, for those of you who don't know, I'm on the board. I'm called the Flower Man, okay? And I'm called that because I'm always talking about giving people's flowers when they can smell them, not at that other moment in time. So, Justice Elder, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Robert Morris. And let me read what this says. This is a special one to them. For the audience, it says their name, Distinguished Community Service Medal, June the 13th, 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that I've never had an incident like this to happen, so I wanted to make sure that we maximize it. But I wanted to just take a moment also, and just for a very brief moment, and not a lot of extended time, but have Mrs. Grantham just to say a word.
Thank you guys for having us. I'm Linda Carpenter Grantham, and this is my son Eric Blessed Carpenter Grantham. And as Mr. Thornton stated, my son is highly functioning autistic. Had heart bypass surgery at a very young age, but he's sort of kind of a big deal in D.C. and Maryland. A couple of documentaries about his life, and actually politics are his thing, politics and religion. So we've been meeting with senators and things like that. However, I love Sassy Jones. Oh my God, you would have to know about the brand, because it promotes positive self-esteem in their clothing. Absolutely love the brand. I can't tell you how much. But I went there. We're from Silver Spring, Maryland. And this was my third time, I think, coming into the store. And the first time I went, I met Robert. And the customer service was absolutely impeccable. Greeted me with a smile, warm, engaging, just a wonderful personality. And I loved it. And then we went back to get some rings that I had saw online that Chrisma was showing, and met Justice. Again, very engaging, Robert. And I told Robert while we were in the store, because my son kind of shadows me, especially when I'm doing anything with Sassy Jones, he's right there. He's very excited about Sassy Jones, too. He does the sparkle parties with me, if you must know. But, and I told Robert because I want him to understand the nature of my son being so close and over me like that. And I shared with Robert, I whispered, I said, my son has autism, just so you can kind of understand what's happening. And he said, oh, no problem. Okay, so we leave there. And like Mr. Thornton said, we go to Outback and we're having some lunch and we're about to go home. And he said, Mom, let me pay because I never get to pay anything. And I said, no, no, no. He said, please, please, please. So I said, okay, leave $20 for the tip. So he went to find his birthday money that he had been saving since December of last year. And his money was gone. He started panicking. And if you know anything about people with autism, they're used to routine, routine, routine. And when routine is broken, they become out of sorts and anxious and things like that. And he couldn't find the money, and he started looking under the tables in the restaurant and going to the car, and he was panicking, and he was getting upset. And I said, Eric, don't worry about it. I got this. I'll give you the $90 back. No, 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 no. It's my birthday money, and I've been saving it since my birthday. I said, well, why did you bring all that money out of the house? I don't know. I don't know. I said, okay, well, don't worry about it. Well, we get in the car. We're on our way home, and he's quiet. He's becoming depressed. And Robert calls. And so Robert says, Miss Linda, I'm sorry, but you have to understand the nature of your child being upset when you can't fix it and you want to fix it. So when you called and you said, Miss Linda, by any chance did you lose something or did your son lose something? And I was like, oh my God, this is a full circle moment. This is a blessing. This is a moment of a blessing. When you put good into the world, it comes back to you. And this was the example that I needed my son to understand in that moment. So I said, yes, Robert, he actually lost about $90. And so he told me that you had found the money, and then you guys had talked about it. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to be blessed, because when you do think, integrity is everything. It's everything. because it comes back to you when you do good in the world.
Yes, it will.
And people are so mean and hateful now. They just want to hurt and take and kill and steal. But God put you there in the path so that my son could have rest. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that I could have rest and he could be happy. So I thank you guys for that. It's a blessing to me and to him. And Eric actually has something he wanted to say to you guys.
First of all, I want to thank you both for finding my money. And first of all, you didn't have to do that. We don't have, we do have people like you in the world. But when you guys called my mom and found my money, that made my day. And I wish it was more people like you into the world, because the world need like you people in a better place. So thank you. And you could just with that money, that's $40 a piece.
And would never know.
We would have never known about it. But you told the truth. And the world will be better if people had told the truth. And you guys did that. So I just want to say, I pray that the Lord will bless y'all, will bless you and protect you. And y'all deserve everything in the world. So thank you both for that.
I just want to say that we've been
Oh,
waiting.
You want to stand on the...
We've been waiting for this moment for quite some time, and I just wanted to give you guys your money in person. So here you go. Thank you guys so much.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thornton. And thank you guys. Thank you so much.